What's up guys, welcome to the channel, thank you for watching. My name's Martin Towers. This is where I share some real estate tips and tricks for buyers and sellers in the marketplace, and also doing walkthroughs of my property. I just did a walkthrough of this place too. You should find it up on my YouTube channel, on one of my social media pages, wherever you're watching. So today I want to talk to you about, do I need a 20% deposit? Do I need a 20% deposit in order to buy a house, right? And the first answer to that question is it actually just depends who you are. Right, if you're a home buyer or if you are an investor, it's a very different answer to that question. Okay, so the basic rules that you've heard most about in this country are: if you are a home buyer, you've got to have 20% deposit. If you're an investor, you've got to have a 30% deposit. Okay, so a lot of that is actually not true. All right, that's the basic sort of standard. Okay, and what that actually means is that the larger deposit you've got, the more likely you are to get your lending approved. Okay, so the banks have a criteria, and they'll have a criteria. I don't know what they're set at the moment, right? The Reserve Bank sets where banks are allowed to lend, 20% of their lending can go to buyers who have less than 20% deposit. Okay, so I've seen deals happen on 15, on 12, 10% deposits. I've even seen deals happen on 5% deposits, right? So when you have less than 20% deposit as a home buyer, the bank deems you as a little bit higher risk, because the bank is actually lending you more money than what they'd be lending to someone who does have 20% deposit. So if you're a higher risk with the bank, then you need to be a low risk investment, as in you the person need to be a lower risk type of borrower, right? So what I'm talking about here is someone who has high income, low debt, good credit scores, these sorts of things. Do you know what I mean? So if you have a really clean record and you're earning really good income, you don't have any kids, not that there's, obviously I've got 2 kids, you guys know that, there's nothing wrong with kids, but the banks see kids as you've got higher expenses when you've got kids, right? So if you don't have kids, then you've got higher income, good credit scores, you can get lending based on 10% or sometimes in some cases 5% deposits, right? So just think about these things. If you're struggling to save for a house and you're thinking, I'm aiming for that 20% mark, you might actually be able to buy a house now. Like if you want to buy something that's worth $600,000 in South Auckland, you got 30 grand in the bank. If you've got good income, and maybe there's 2 of you, or you're a couple, you've got good income, no kids, no bad debt, nothing like that, you should be able to buy a house, But it's about talking to the right brokers and talking to the right real estate agents can help you out with these types of things, okay? So investors, 30%. The bank, you'll hear this talk about having 30% deposits, and usually most of the time that is true. You probably will need to have 30% deposits. Having less than 30% deposit to buy an investment property, I think it can be done, but it's the same thing again, right? Where's the risk for the bank? Do you have good income? Are you going to get good return out of the property as well? And the banks will balance these things like a balancing act, okay? So the moral of the story, guys, what I'm really trying to reach here, the people I'm trying to reach are home buyers. The moral of the story is, if you are saving for your first house or you're saving for a home, don't be focusing on that 20% deposit rule, okay? Talk to a good mortgage broker. Any real estate agent can really recommend you one. I've got a fantastic one. Don't hesitate to reach out. That's not why I'm making this video, though. He doesn't pay me to say that. But yeah, that's the moral of the story. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you got some good value out of it. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.